All right, we're gonna get to this. I gotta keep remembering to do that. All right, what is up, everybody? Davin Jackson, aka DJax, here, back for day 2 of TryHackMe's Advent and Cyber event. So, I told you guys I would try to sneak on and see if I can get some work in before. Like I said, there will be no InfoSec Unplugged tonight, but hopefully we can knock this out and keep the streak going. So let's just jump right into the event. So here we have the Advent of Cyber 3. We went over that yesterday from TryHackMe, and actually we see JB. I know that guy. We see JB has already done the event and put up a video and everything. Like he works quick. But shout out to JB. Congratulations on getting this put on the TryHackMe platform and getting your video out there. That's awesome. All right, so let's just kind of quickly go through the story. McSkitty needs to check if any other employee elves have left or been affected by Grinch Industries attack, but the systems that hold the employee information have been hacked. Can you hack them back to determine if the other teams in the Best Festival Company have been affected? Learning objectives. Understanding the underlying technology of web servers and how the web communicates. Understand what cookies are and their purpose, and learn how to manipulate and manage cookies for malicious use. So this looks like we're going to get into some web examples and probably some HTTP methods and calls. So following up with the IDOR stuff yesterday, we're going to be doing some more web exploitation today, and looks like we're going to do some cookie manipulation. So let's just read through it real quick. If you guys have any questions in the chat, just give me a quick shout out. So for your computer and web server to communicate with each other, an intermediary protocol is required. This is where HTTP, or Hypertext Transfer Protocol, is introduced. The HTTP protocol is a client-server protocol to provide communication between a client and a web server. HTTP requests are similar to standard TCP network requests. However, HTTP adds specific headers to the request to identify the protocol and other information. When an HTTP request is crafted, the method and target header will always be included. The target header will specify what to retrieve from the server and what method the header will specify. And this method header will specify how. When retrieving information from a web server, it is common to use the get method, such as loading a picture. When sending data to a web server, it is common to use the post method, such as sending a login information. Maddox, what's going on, sir? So again, just kind of going back to Jay Bizzle here. He actually did a infographic a couple weeks ago on the different HTTP methods, and that is really helpful. But so there's get, which is to basically get and retrieve information. Post, which is same thing to not the same thing as get, but to send data over. Then there's put, patch, delete. Then there's like options, and there's another one. Again, just because I'm in the world of APIs right now, we usually work with get, post, put, patch, delete. Those 5 for what they call CRUD, which is dealing when you deal with REST APIs and stuff like that. More information on that later, but let's get back to this. Let's see. Maddox says, would love some burp suite videos from you. Stay tuned. And Ty says, hey brother. Hey Ty, how's it going? Probably have to talk to you offline. Was your interview today? Okay, so let's see here. Example request. This is a get. So right here, this is the get method. Is the protocol HTTP, and then The host is TryHackMe. The user agent is basically what web browser you're using, or it could be, the information of your browser and the device you're using. And the referrer is TryHackMe. So once the server receives a request, it will send back a response, including any requested content if successful, and a status code. The status code is used to tell the client browser how the web server interpreted the request. The most common successful status code is 200. So there's different classes and status codes. So you have 200s, 300s, 400s, and 500s. So 200s are usually okay. It can vary. There's like a 201, which means a new account was created or something was created. But usually 200s mean good. 300s are usually some type of redirect or something. So it's like, okay, it's not here, but maybe it's over here, and we'll redirect you to it. So sometimes let's say you log into something and it needs to redirect you to another app. If you actually pay attention to what's going on in the back end, you'll see that there may have been like a redirect to the application you're actually looking for. 400s are usually bad. So 400s are, unauthorized or forbidden. So 200s are good. 300s are, let's go look over here. 400s are you did something wrong or you're bad, and 500s are server errors. So 500s is like our bad. So 200s good, 300s look over here, 400 you're bad, 500 server bad. Hopefully that helps. Gabe, how you doing? How's your day going? Thanks for chiming in. I'm just trying to jump on this real quick. I wanted to keep the streak going, and I knew if I didn't get a chance to do it, I would have broke my streak again. And Professor Black Ops says, "What's up, chat? What's going on, Professor Black Ops? Trying to do a quick TryHackMe stream today. No InfoSec Unplugged, but make sure you guys tune in next Thursday when I have dear Jay Footman on. And like I said, it's going to be a really good conversation. We're going to talk about networking, getting into tech, and addressing some of the misinformation that's been getting put out there in this little, I guess you want to call it, Twitter war between different groups. And it's stupid. But just please remember to like, subscribe, and comment on the video. Again, this is how we get the algorithm going. This is how we get, our likes and stuff, and try to hopefully get cybersecurity content more popular. And I won't have to do things like the disclaimer in the beginning of the video, or have YouTube tell me that there's something wrong with the content I posted. All right, so let's get back to it. So we talked about the successful codes, status code. So here's an example response. So again, 200, okay. And then you see it returned the information of the website. So Advent Cyber, and welcome to Advent Cyber. So up here, it called the TryHackMe website to get the information of this page. And then over here is the response, the server saying, sure, you can have this page, and here's what's on the page. So the protocol itself, is one small piece of the puzzle. Once content is retrieved from the web server, your browser needs a way to interpret and render the information sent. Web applications are commonly formatted in HTML, which is hypertext markup language, rendered in style or CSS cascading style sheets. JavaScript is also commonly used to provide additional functionality. In today's web environment, the use of web frameworks has significantly increased in popularity. Most web applications use many web frameworks and other web solutions that an end user does not see and interact with. Again, just being in the API world, APIs are another web solution, and I'm going to keep pressing on it because hopefully I'm hoping that there's some API stuff here, because most web applications now use all types of APIs, or 90%, I believe, of a web application are APIs, and it's becoming a big attack vector. Going back to what I was saying yesterday with the IDOR attacks and the OWASP API top 10. So I'm hoping we're going down that route. TryHackMe obviously doesn't tell me anything. Okay, so cookies. HTTP is a stateless protocol. When you send requests to a web server, the server cannot distinguish your request from someone else's request. To solve the stateless problem and identify different users and access levels, the web server will assign cookies to create and manage a stateful session between client and server. Cookies are tiny pieces of data or metadata or information locally stored on your computer that are sent to the server when you make a request. Cookies can be assigned any name, any value, allowing the web server to store any information it wants. Today, we will be focusing on authentication cookies, also known as session cookies. So cookie manipulation. Authentication or session cookies are used to identify you and what access level is attached to your session. Okay, so below is a diagram describing and assigning a cookie. So here's your web browser, and here is the server or the web application you're trying to access. Let me just check the chat real quick. Okay, we're good. We're good here in the chat. All right, let's just do that. And okay, and let's just do that. I did it out of order. Okay, so here's your web browser. It sends the initial request. So this is your username and login. So that's usually a post request because you're actually inputting information. The server takes that request and then responds with a 200 okay, as long as your username and password are correct, and it authenticates to the app. It gives you your session cookie. And then the second request will be once you're logged in and authenticated, now you're accessing the website. So now here you're trying to get the admin portal. And again, based on your authorization level from your session cookie, the server will respond to 200 and tell you what user you are. And based on your authentication and authorization, give you back that information. Now, back to what I was saying about 200s, 300s, 400s, and 500s. If you were to send the server something to an admin portal and your user account was that of a regular user, you would get a 400 back. It could be a 401 saying you're unauthorized, or you can get a 403 that says you're forbidden. So let's see. Professor Black Ops says OWASP top 10 has been about the same for 10 years. SQL injection has been in there forever. That is true, but the 2021 version of the OWASP top 10 just came out, and SQL injection now, I believe, is number 3, and broken authentication or broken access controls is number 1. And in the OWASP API top 10, injection attacks are actually number 8, and number 1 is what we did yesterday. IDOR attacks are also known as broken object level authorization attacks. So there's different OWASP top 10s depending on what you do. So there's an OWASP top 10 for web applications, which has been updated in 2021. There's an API top 10. There's a mobile top 10. There's a serverless top 10. And I think, and that one covers cloud. And I want to say there's one more, but I can't remember off the top of my head right now. Let's see. Ty says, in TryHackMe, why is it difficult to close a machine in a task to start another machine in another task? I don't know. To be honest with you, I either I close it out or I'll just, close out completely and then log back in. Again, I haven't done it in months, so just bear with me. I'm just rebuilding up my streak. Okay, so now that we understand what cookies are, did we read this here? To begin the process, when you send a server. All right, well, so I kind of went through this already. Let's see if there's anything important. Once a cookie is assigned, as long as the cookie stays locally stored in your browser, all future GET requests will automatically send to that cookie to identify you and your access level. Once a server receives your GET request and cookie, it will locate and deserialize your session. Deserialization is the process of taking data format such as a JSON and rebuilding it as an object. If successful, the web server will reply to your request with a 200 response. Now that we understand what cookies are and how they are used, let us dive into the contents. So cookies are made up of 11 different components. You can find an explanation of each of them. So I don't think we really need to go through the whole thing, but let's see. So name, domain, path, expires in maximum age, size, HTTP only, which means it can't be accessed through other client scripts. Secure, same site, same party, and priority. Let's see. So these are just examples. Okay, so looking at all the components of a cookie may seem intimidating. There is no need to worry as attackers. We only need to concern ourselves with two components, the name and the value. The rest of the components are handled by the web server. Cookie components are always prepared in pairs. The main pair is the name value, which will define the name of the cookie and the value of the name. The second is the pair attribute is the attribute. The second pair is the attribute value pair. This will define the attribute of the cookie and the value of the attribute. Below is an example of a set cookie syntax. So a set cookie is the cookie name. So this is the key value. So basically, it's like a key value pair. So it's a cookie. Here's the name. And that's the value. Domain. That's the domain value, and then the security setting. Cookie manipulation. Cookie manipulation is taking a cookie and modifying it to obtain unintended behavior determined by the web developer. Cookie manipulation is possible because cookies are stored locally from on your host system, meaning you have complete control over them and modify them as you please. To begin modifying or manipulating cookies, we need to open our developer tools. In Google Chrome, the developer tool is known as the Chrome developer tools. In Mozilla Firefox, they are known as Firefox developer tools. Developer tools can be accessed by pressing F12. Oh man, don't remember, you don't hit F12 anymore. You get in trouble. Sorry. If cybersecurity joke, you guys saw the stuff in the news with the governor who tried to get the security researcher in trouble for doing F12. Once developer tools are open, to access your cookies, navigate to the storage tab in Firefox or application tab in Chrome or Edge, and set the cookie drop down on the left hand side of the console. So application tab. So yesterday we worked with the network tab. Today working with the application tab. Cookie values may seem random at first. However, they often have an encoded value or meaning behind them that can be encoded to non-arbitrary values such as JavaScript object. From an attacker's perspective, we can decode the cookie value to identify the underlying objects. Once you have identified underlying objects, you can modify them and modify them to what you want. To use a cookie, you will need to encode it back to the original encoding and replace the cookie value. Below is an example. So this looks like a JSON. The dude is in my state of Missouri. Yep, exactly. So this is like a JSON value. So you would have to, in this example, you would have to encode it back to whatever the original. Now that we have all the pieces and how to manipulate them, we can put them together to gain unintended access. Below is a summary of how cookie values could be manipulated. So first, you obtain a cookie from signing up for an account, decode the cookie value, identify the object notation structure of the cookie, change the parameters inside the object to a different parameter with a higher privilege level, such as admin or administrator, re-encode the cookie and insert the cookie into the value space. This can be done by double-clicking the value box. Action the cookie. This can be done by refreshing the page or logging in. All right. So for additional information about HTTP or HTTPS and cookies, check out these other TryHackMe rooms. Okay, now we're getting to the questions. All right, cool. So open the static site here. Okay, so just bear with me 1 second. I am going to stop this screen share, and then we are going to share to a new screen. There we go. Share audio. All right, just making sure we're good. All right, can you guys still hear me out there? Just let me know if you can still hear me. I had to switch tabs. All right, so I'm just gonna keep going, but let me know if you hear me. Okay, so we have email, and then we have login and sign up. All right, cool. So then, okay, so you guys can hear me. That's great. So now we're gonna hit inspect. I know it says we don't have to do it just yet, but I'm not good with directions. All right, so let's see. Let's sign up. And then we're going to go Djax password. Let's do a horrible password. And then let's do it again. And we're going to create an account. Uh-oh, you don't have permission to register an account currently. Please contact the administrator for more assistance. All right, so let's see here. Let's see if we can find our call. No, that's just a web page. Oh, I'm in the sources. So that was a 404 redirect. Let's do this. Okay, let's go into application and then let's. There we go. All right, so I don't know. Oh, you guys can't see. Why can't you see the? Why can't you see? I can't share that part. That sucks. Hold on. Let's do this. Give me 1 second. All right, so we're going to stop sharing again. And now share the whole screen. Do that. Okay. All right, so now let's see. Let's extend this out a little bit. So here you see we logged in. Here's the register username. Here's the register password. We could see the mouse movement. Yeah, can you? But you can now. You can see. Before you weren't able to see the what I was doing with when I hit F12. Okay, preview response. All right, so here. Okay, here we go. So here's the cookie. So we have the cookie. So let's copy that, and now let's go back here. Open the static site. So we'll just hit there, and there's my 2-day streak because I answered another thing on my 2-day streak. Yay! Okay, so it says the question here was, what is the name of the new cookie? So that was user off. Let's submit. And if you didn't see it, here's the request cookies, and the name is user auth. Here's the value. This looks like a hexadecimal. So, and then here's the path. Here's the expire date. This is the size, and then okay, all right, cool. What encoding was used for the cookie value? So, like I said, I said it. I think it was hexadecimal, but I believe. Let's just to be on the safe side. I want to say there was a thing here that I saw earlier. Okay, so we can use CyberChef. So I'm gonna bring it up over here. All right, and move that over. Okay, so here's a tool, CyberChef. So we're gonna put input, and then gotta be honest, I'm not super familiar with CyberChef. I use other tools, but I keep hearing CyberChef is a really good tool to use. But it looks like it was pretty cut and dry. So I put the input here. I dragged over from hex to decrypt it or decode it, and sure enough, there it is right there. Company The Best Festival is registered true. Username DJax. So actually, in APIs, with the API top 10, this would be considered a mass assignment vulnerability, because now you have all this information here. It could be mass assignment, or it could be excessive data exposure, uh, because now you can tamper with this cookie. I could change it and say that it's not registered, and I can tamper with the cookie, and like we're about to do, and change it to admin. So let's just go back and answer the question. It was hexadecimal. Okay. And what object format is the data in the cookie stored in? So looking at it, looking at the key value pairs, the colon in between it, that's a clear indication of JSON. So we'll do JSON. Okay. Let's see. What is the value of the administrator cookie? So now, like I said, we're going to change this, and we're going to hit. How do we change it? If I want to change it, well, let's get rid of this. Okay, let's get rid of that. Oh, no, crap, I shouldn't have got rid of that. Let's do this again. So output, replace input with output. So now we're going to replace the input with output, and now I can change it over here. Okay, so now admin, and we're going to get rid of that, and we're going to, so we used from hex before, so now we're going to say to hex, and that is the output, but it looks like there are, I want to fix that so we don't have any spaces in the hex. Delimiter, none. Okay. Bake. Okay. So I don't want any spaces. Okay, let's do this. Let's do 2 hex again. None. There we go. That's better. So now let's copy that. And now it says, what is the value of the administrator cookie? Throw that in there. Okay. All right. So now we need to throw this cookie back into here. So if we do that, I should be able. Hey Naya, how you doing? I want to change this cookie. Uh, no, they want to do that. Let's do that over here. All right, cool. I want to change. keep moving that over. Sorry, let me just scroll back up real quick. So I usually just catch it in Burp Suite and then move it over. I don't use the developer tools. Okay, cookie values. From an attacker's perspective, you can decode the value. Now that we have put them all together. There we go. Thank you. Add that in there. Okay. So now we have that in there, and now we should just go back to network. There we go. Sorry about that little hiccup. All right, so we have, looks like finance, HR, and application. And then there's some actions. Last event was 10 minutes ago, application 2 hours, and HR 7 hours. And then it looks like this is good, this is bad, and this is in between. Or there's a pause. That looks like a pause in there. All right, so let's answer some questions. What environment is not responding? So based on the time, we're going to say HR. Okay, what environment is having a network warning? That's application. And if you want to learn more, so that's it. If you want to learn more about authentication bypass, we suggest trying out this room. So this is authentication bypass, sure. And task release each day progressively harder, but still guided with walkthrough videos. Come back tomorrow for day 3's task, where NomSec will be recording a video walkthrough. So we're done. So like I said, it's pretty cut and dry. Couldn't remember where to change out the cookie value, but like I said, typically I'll do it somewhere else. So that was Advent of Cyber day 2 from TryHackMe. Thanks for watching. Like I said, looks like a couple people have already dropped off, but yeah, thanks for watching, and hopefully I will log on tomorrow. Got it done just in time. Now I'm about to go get ready and go see my daughter perform for her winter concert. I keep saying conference. So you guys have a good night. I will see you guys tomorrow. And again, I will see you guys next week for InfoSec Unplugged next Thursday at 6 o'clock with Dira J. Footman. So make sure you tune into that. Please remember to like the... Oh, wait, I didn't do my... I can't keep messing up my own stuff. I finished the room. So again, please remember to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and click the bell for notifications. And I will see you guys tomorrow. So you guys take it easy.